do some hot rod shit.
Let's roll, baby.
Alrighty. Hey everybody, I'm Randy Mann, and this is How Do You Hot Rod. Hey Darin, thanks for coming out today, bringing the truck out. So,
Absolutely.
You got a 1960 Chevy Apache, correct?
Yeah.
All right, tell me a little bit about her.
Well, it's the first year for this body style. This is a fairly early one. It was built in June of '59 for the '60 model year. Don't ask me how I found that out, but somebody told me. And my great uncle bought it new at Appleway Chevrolet.
Okay.
Which is funny because this truck was ordered. Came with the special chrome around the window, the chrome on the side, dual visors and armrest, and something else. I don't remember, but it was an ordered truck. Somebody marked what they wanted and ordered the truck, never bought it. My uncle didn't do that. My uncle walked on the lot and said, I'll buy that one. Because he didn't care. It was just a truck.
Okay.
We got a special truck somebody ordered, never picked up. So then he drove it until, he was in an accident in 1967 with a drunk driver, hit the passenger side. That's why it's got a different hood on it. It doesn't have the big bubble hood. It's got this hood. They wrecked the hood, the fender, this piece on that side, and the end of the grill surround on that side. So the hood is from a 63, and these pieces are off, I believe, a 62.
Okay.
Because that's what they could get out of a junkyard.
All right.
So, and then in late '72, the new square bodies were coming out. Great uncle wanted one of those, so he sold this to my dad for $650.
Huh.
I was just 2 years old, and I remember the truck, but I don't remember it as my dad's.
Okay.
He drove it for 2 or 3 years, I think, and then he gave it to his dad, my grandpa. And so I grew up with the truck in my memory as Grandpa's truck.
So it has been in the family.
Been in the family since new. My great uncle, when he bought the truck, built a canopy for it. Canopy never came off unless they were hauling wood, which this truck has done a lot of. It had 5-foot racks on the side and a trailer that went with it, 5-foot racks, and they would haul logs 2 or 3 times a year. This truck has pulled a lot of wood out of the forest. And then the canopy would go back on, which is why the wood in the bed is still there and still usable. Only has a little bit of rot in some spots.
And it's the original?
It's the factory original wood.
Wow.
It looks really bad usually because I use the truck. It's a truck. Yeah, I take it to shows and whatnot, but it does dump runs and you name it. I use it.
Wow. Pretty cool.
Well, why wouldn't you? Who wants to drive a normal truck doing stuff when you can have something fun like this?
Exactly.
Exactly. Besides, what looks better than hauling garbage to a dump in a truck with white walls?
And then under the hood, you have a 327?
Under the hood's a 327. It was originally a 235 6-cylinder with the 3-speed sagging off.
Okay.
And I got the truck in, so Grandpa had a massive stroke in 1986. Couldn't drive the truck anymore. So Dad took the truck back and it sat around the house. 87, 88, I would occasionally steal the truck and go cruise. Shocker, I know. And then it was my dad's. I drove it a little bit when my daughter was born because we needed 2 cars for a while. And then in 2010, my dad called me up one day and said, the little pickup isn't running right. It ran out of gas and it shouldn't have. All right, I'll come over and check it out. I started up. 6 inches of fuel line is spurting gas like a sieve. Good job, Dad. I love you, but damn. Anyway, so I thought, screw it. I'm stealing the truck. And I did. I took it home. Started doing this crap to it.
Yeah.
And then my dad realized that I really cared about this truck and wanted to do something with it. So in 2010, for my 40th birthday, he gave it to me.
How about that?
And then a few years later, the 235 and 3 on the tree came out. All because the 3 on the tree went to crap. And you can't rebuild them unless you are really, really smart. That ain't me. So I was going to get it swapped to the floor. Noticed the V8 in the shop where I was going to have it done. What's the deal? Blah, blah, blah. $500 later, it's got a 283 out of a 57 Corvette in it. Lots of fun.
Okay.
About 2 years later, I get a great deal on this 327 for $1,000 with the transmission installed.
Oh,
That's one of those, take my money. Oh, I dislocated my shoulder. How do you pass that up? You would be dumb to walk away from a deal like that.
well, yeah, especially when you put that in a short bed.
Yeah,
You know,
it gets up in scoots now.
Wheel drive short bed with 327.
Well, yes, and it's not the fastest thing in the world, but it sure as hell gets up and moves a lot quicker than it ever did before. And my tires prove it.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, I noticed the interior is a little different.
interior's a little different. It had the bench seat in it,
Okay.
and my brother-in-law used to do upholstery before his hands went to poop on him, and he can't do it anymore. So for my birthday, he made me the seats and did the carpet kit for it.
Hey,
Yeah,
okay.
it was just his present to me. It's like I've been wanting to do the interior in our truck for years, and I'm just going to do it. I don't care if you want me to or not. I'm doing it. Okay.
Nice.
No, because I'm not one to take stuff for free from people. I prefer to pay for it, and family and friends, I will pay full price and then some, because we aren't supposed to get the friend deal, the family deal. That's for everybody else. Friends and family, support your friends, support your family.
Yeah.
Pay that price. Pay a little extra if you can, because that's how they pay themselves. That's how they get people.
All right. Now I noticed the headliner.
The headliner, my American flag.
All right.
That was a quick and dirty job just to see if it would look great. I like it, so I'm going to redo it.
Okay.
I used to do vinyl graphics and whatnot, hence the spire on the hood and the wrap on the top and, and the silly red chrome. So I'm going to make a headliner out of high gloss vinyl with a waving American flag on it.
Oh, very neat.
So, but I have to get around to doing that. It's one of those, like, I'm going to do this.
As a car guy,
Tomorrow.
I know how that goes.
Yeah.
You start, I want to do this, and then 10 hours later, you still haven't gotten to that, but you got a lot of other things done.
I found that 10 millimeter socket. Oh, wait, no. This is
3/8.
America.
3/8.
3/8 and a half inch.
All right. And then what else? Notice there was no bumper on the rear.
No bumper on the rear. This truck actually came with no bumper. So legally I'm all right. However, my uncle did build a bumper for it, and he built it to look exactly like a stock bumper, except that it was made out of 1/4 inch diamond plate steel.
That's kind of heavy.
That was very heavy. When I took that off, after an entire day, because I don't have any air tools, everything I have is manual, I went through 3 ratchets on 5 bolts. And by the end of the day, I mean from 9 in the morning till 5:30 at night, to get 5 bolts off,
Wow.
that bumper fell off and the truck went up 6 inches. I weighed the bumper. 260 pounds is what that stupid bumper weighed. It was heavy.
That slows your ET.
Yes, I think I got another 5 miles to the gallon after I took that thing off.
Awesome. Well, hey, Darin, let's take a look under the hood and check that interior out.
We can do that.
All right, Darin, tell me a little bit about what you got under the hood here.
Well, that is a 327 out of a 1967 SS Camaro that my good friend put in there for me. Very cheap, because I'm cheap. No, really, I'm cheap. And it's a good running little motor. 300 horsepower. Got a little bit of a cam in it, a little bit of an intake, and what was it, 600 Edelbrock.
Okay.
And a bunch of chrome.
I was going to say,
chrome gets you home. 7.
Alrighty. Who did your pinstriping on there, on the air cleaner?
That was James from Jerk Designs did that, and then Lonnie Stradley from House of Flame
Okay.
did this stuff for me.
All right.
Great guy, both local dudes, both
Very
good
nice.
buddies of mine. I try to have my local friends and whatnot do as much stuff on my vehicles as I can, because why not? They're my buddies.
Right.
You know, help support my friends.
Very nice. You ever think about doing anything for the underside of the hood?
I have, but at this point it required me to, sand and things. I'm not much on body work, as we can tell.
All right.
But, something might happen in the future. Not sure what. Maybe a big Chevy logo, or I could be like everybody else and do that.
Yeah. What transmission do you have behind it?
1973 GM 3-speed automatic. Nothing special.
All right.
411 gears in the rear end, so while it's quick off the line, not much for highway driving at all.
All right.
About 60 top speed for any length of time ever.
And let's go check out that interior.
We can do that.
All right.
right, well, a few years back, my brother-in-law, who used to do upholstery for my birthday, did the interior for me. Seats are out of a 91 Ford utility van.
Oh.
Shockingly comfortable. I like the armrest. It's helpful.
Ford and the Chevy. Oh,
Ford and a Chevy. I know. Well, hey, it's not a Ford car with a Chevy motor. It's a Chevy truck with a Ford interior. Custom cut the carpet, put that in. Got the really cool classic chrome foot gas pedal.
Oh yeah,
donated by my buddy. Got the really cool, the thing that everybody loves is that silly, stupid gear shift with the hand grenade on it. Yes, it's a real hand grenade. It's been decommissioned, but still has the factory AM radio in it that does work. Not hooked up, but does work. I do have aftermarket stereo system in it that is loud. It thumps. It's pushing 250 watts, which isn't a lot, but it's not a big cab. And I have maybe $100 in the whole stereo because everything was free. People like me. Custom did my doors. This, believe it or not, on the doors is actually just a sticker. Looks neat though. Yeah, it's just a sticker.
I like that.
Made this little trim piece here, and the carpet is just cheap carpet from, where'd I get that? Lowe's.
Oh.
Got it from Lowe's, and spray adhesive. Put it on there, did that. Did the speaker box in the middle.
Now, who did the seat covers?
My brother-in-law did. He did those. As you can tell, our experiment with the loose weave Mexican blanket didn't work as well as we had hoped, but it looks neat.
Yeah.
You know, because that was when it had the bench seat in it. I had that blanket on the bench seat.
Okay.
And so when we did them, he took the blanket and cut it up and put it on there. And like I said, it was an experiment. He'd never done it before. I've never really seen anybody do seat, inserts with the loose weave blankets. We thought, well, we'll see how it works.
Pretty neat.
It's done okay for 5-6 years, but I mean, you're talking a vehicle. This isn't just something I drive occasionally in the car shows. If it ain't raining or snowing, I'm driving this.
This is the daily driver.
Because why not?
Yeah.
I mean, I've got
That's
a winner.
hot rod.
Yeah. I mean, hey, what was it last year? Good Guys. I'm at Good Guys. Everybody's loving the truck. They took pictures, put it on the website. Next week, I'm at the dump taking a dump run full of garbage in the back. It gets used.
Did I see that you still have a wood bed in the back?
Yeah, that is the factory wood bed.
Wow.
From 1960, when my great uncle, this truck has been in my family since new. Great uncle bought the truck in August of '59 from Appleway Chevrolet.
Oh.
Gave it to my dad in '72 when the square bodies, sold it to my dad. And then dad, a couple years later, gave it to his dad, my grandpa. I remember it was my grandpa's truck my whole life. When my uncle bought the truck, he built the canopy for it a month after he purchased it. Lived its whole life with the canopy on it.
Oh.
Which is why the wood in the bed is still there.
That's pretty neat.
Yeah. And when I got the truck, the very first thing I did was boop the canopy. It went bye-bye.
A short bed with a canopy.
Yep.
Interesting.
He built the canopy for it. It's all out of aluminum and 2x4s.
Oh.
And that's just the evolution of it. Every couple of years, I go and change the way it looks. Everybody knows I change this thing all the time.
Now, what about the suspension?
All right.
It's a little lower than stock, I'm sure.
It's a lot lower than stock.
Let's see.
The front end, factory torsion bar in the front, been dropped 2.5 inches. The back, factory coil spring and trailing arms, 9 inches.
Wow.
Yeah, the back is as low as it can go without cutting into it and modifying. I have about that much suspension travel, which makes the front really smooth and the back kind of like a tank. But that's okay. That's what we look for.
Well, that's pretty cool. So, can we take it out?
You want to go for a drive?
Let's go for a drive.
Let's go lay some rubber.